Os, and welcome one and all, welcome all you warriors and the ladies to the next instalment of Balls to It All. Now, a lot of you have got questions and you have been phoning in, and I'm not entirely sure why, because at no point have you been provided with a phone number. As I've said, little box under each of these videos, that's where you put your questions, right? Now, a few of you have got in touch with, shall we say, delicate type of question. The first comes to us from an anonymous lady. I won't say her name because it would only embarrass Louise Hodgkinson. Now, oh shit. As I say, I won't mention him because it would only embarrass, we'll call her L. Hodgkinson from the Wirral. Oh, balls. As I've already told you, I'm not going to mention any names. We'll just call her Louise H. from Oxton. Oh. Right, we're not going over any names, you'll know who she is. And she's written and asked that her question is basically this. The past 3 weekends, her and her fella have been out and they've had a bit of a boogie woogie, but they've also had a bit too much of the old tipple. Now, as you know, I don't touch the nitwit's nectar. I don't go anywhere near the devil's drink. Now, she has said that of an evening when they get home, the boyfriend takes a while in the bedroom. She's worried, is this Louise, that it's because he doesn't love her anymore. Well, I can just put all you might, because I know she's not the only woman who feels like this. Sex has nothing to do with love, so you can throw that right in the bloody equation, right? The reason is, when we've had a few, we can't feel sod at all from the eyebrows down. That's why it takes so long, right? There's a lot of, I mean, first of all, right, you got to remember that drunken sex for a man, it's 45 minutes trying to get it up, to spend 4.5 hours waiting for it to go back down again, right? It's not a happy experience for us. So take out with that, know that there is a long list of women, right, that a lot of us, we don't love, we never have loved, we never will love, right? But before the pot noodle were ready, we'd be finished. Long list of women.
Like who?
Well, let me see now. There's Lucy Lawless, Lucy Pinder, Lucy Porter, Gail Porter, Dawn Porter, Michelle Bass, Michelle Heaton, Michelle Ryan, Jerry Byrne, Anna Fowler, Anna Friel, Danny O'Neill, Jessica Biel, Jessica Simpson, Jessica Taylor, Karen Taylor, Elliot Taylor, Mariah Carey, Mary Carey, Katy Perry and Joan Jett.
Is that all?
For now. Our next question comes to us from Stan, who says, Dear Sensei Balls, I am at an age where I'm not too sure what to do with my life. Can you help? Of course I can. Sensei Balls. I had a friend who were in a similar predicament to you. She were getting on a bit, you know, pushing the big 2-5, and she didn't know what she wanted to do with herself. So she just took a year, took all her savings, and she just went travelling. She went all over. She went to Fiji, Tonga, most of the Polynesian islands, all over, and it helped her out. Having said that, of course, you know, travelling were in her blood.
How so?
Well, her dad were a taxi driver. Let's see, what's this here now? Our next question comes to us from Anonymous, and she asks, Dear Sensei Balls, since you claim to know everything, I don't claim to know everything, right? There are some things I don't bloody want to know. If you know everything, what was in the suitcase at the end of Pulp Fiction? Oh Christ, this. I'll tell you what were in that suitcase at the end of Pulp Fiction, love. It were a script to Kill Bill that didn't suck donkey ass. That's where it were. Bloody hell.
Everything alright, Mel? How are you feeling?
Hungry and horny. You got any food on you, Flower?
No.
Not your day, is it?
Ooh.
Our next question finally comes to us from Mr. Richard Buckman, and he says, Dear Sensei Balls, what is your opinion of celebrities writing novels? Well, Mr. Buckman, I think it's disgusting and disgraceful, right? I think it's a smear on the world of literature, right? And it's not them writing it, it's ghostwriters. They sit there with a glass of whiskey or whatever for 5 days a week, spill it out to some guys, then got to go and make it into a novel, right? I think you should be able to read the bastards first before you can write them. That's all I'm saying. They know who they are, these celebrities, right? They're all silicone, they're walking Barbies, they're bloody denser than if they were any denser light, I'd have to bend around them, right? May they drown in the juice of monkey glands. Our next question, oh, it's a two-part question. Oh, not had one of these before. Let me just, oh, alright, I got it. Dear Sensitive Balls, are you looking forward to the Olympics? I always do. Part B of the question, do you think the Spice Girls should reunite for the opening ceremonies, as I am a big Spice Girls fan? Signed, lots of love, Derek. Well, Derek, as you're a big Spice Girls fan, I would say stop watching my videos and don't come to my website no more. I can't stand the bloody Spice Girls, right? Me, I've made it quite clear. Girls Aloud or nothing at all, right? Now you see the Spice Girls, they were in 1996, so that makes them 90s girls. Girls Aloud, they were 03, which makes them naughty girls, right? Who would you rather spend the day with? Bloody Spice Girls. Away with you, man. Christ. I'm not talking to someone. Our next question comes to us from a email withheld. And he asks, well, I think it's a he, could be a she, I do apologise. Whoever it is, they're asking, have you ever been involved in a celebrity rumble? Rumble? It's not a musical, but yes, I have, as it happens. It were quite a scary one. It were a few years ago. We were in an underground nightclub type of situation. At the time, I was bodyguarding for Kylie, and it all kicked off because Pete Waterman were at the bar and he thought he'd been shortchanged. And I remember his words exactly. He turned to the young man behind the bar and he said, "Never kidda kidda kidda." Well, that were it. It would all go from there. All I remember were a lot of bodies moving about. Right. At first, I thought it was a dance craze. They don't know how to dance these days, but evidently it weren't. Now let me show you whether they were. There were myself, Jay-Z, no relation. There were Emma Thompson, Keith Chegwin, Barrymore, he were there. Oh, who else? Who else? My cameraman were there with us as well. Who else were there?
Wolf from Gladiators.
Wolf from Gladiator. Wolf, right? Wolf, bastard. Wolf, if you watch, he still owes me a £5 for the kebab on the way home. Right? I was not happy with that. Who was that other fella? I kept calling him Cigarette all night because he had a funny name. Dave Benson Phillips. Anyway, right, so it just kicked off into this massive brouhaha. The police arrive. Who should talk them out of it? From one of the little alcoves, right by the DJ booth, he comes over. He's wearing nothing but a loincloth, silver and orange body paint, right, and a woolly cap. Christopher Biggins! We owe him our freedom! I don't mean we owe him our freedom as in the gays coming out. I mean us who were involved in this brouhaha. If any of the people we were fighting with are watching and do want to cause any legal trouble, it were in the past, have a sense of humour about it. Yeah, then what's this? Our last question for this segment comes from, again, they've withheld a name. Don't withhold your name, right? And please, if you are going to type a question, which we want you to, put your name, even if it's just your first name. I can't say our question comes from P96022. I know it's your screen name and all this, right? But P96022, I'm not saying something dirty when I say that, am I? That's not like internet jargon for, show us your wobbly bits or anything. P96022. It's not the name of the wee robot in the porn version of Star Wars, is it? P960. What do you mean you didn't know there were one? Well, I just assumed. Anyway, the question, I've got to crack on, love. Pie in the fridge needs eating by tomorrow. She asks, have you ever been romantically linked to anyone famous? Well, breaks me a little black out to talk about it if I'm honest, but I have, yes, but I have agreed, as I'm a gentleman and under the court order, I have promised the black lass from Bananarama that I won't talk about it.
There is no black lass in Bananarama.
There bloody well was.
He was the roadie. His name was Farouk.
She said her name was Shaniqua.